Today, Governor Kathy Hochul announced the launch of her One Network for Regional Advanced Manufacturing Partnerships program, or OnRamp. The program is a $200 million investment focused on creating a network of 4 new workforce development centers in upstate New York. The program will bring together organizations providing high-quality skills training in high-growth areas like semiconductor production. 3 of the centers will be established in competitively chosen locations, and a flagship location will be in Syracuse. In a statement today, Governor Kathy Hochul said, quote, "New York's economic competitiveness is the result of our extraordinary workforce striving every day to innovate, create, and push the boundaries of what is possible," end quote.